Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to episode number 4. So on this episode, we're gonna get this thing all legal, give it a bit of a clean up, and we're also gonna get it all ready for drifting. So we're gonna lock the diff, attempt to do a hydro handbrake, and tidy up a few other bits and pieces. Right, so we've got this Chungus up on the hoist now, just having a bit of a look at what the damage is and what needs to be done. So common on the E46 is the subframe's cracking, and unfortunately this looks like it has got a bit of subframe cracking. So we're gonna have to end up fixing some of those up with reinforcement plates. We've got our fuel tank repair we've done here, which has actually come out pretty nice. So for now, we'll just hook up this exhaust I've bought, chuck it up in there and see what we're looking like. And then hopefully we can tack up some tube in the middle just to go and make it a bit tidier. Right, so I just found a bit of an offcut here, which we're just gonna tack into place. I've trimmed a little bit of this bit on the side, but other than that, it should be a relatively half decent fit until we can get some proper pipe to do the job right. Right, and that's it done. All fitted. As you can see, for some crappy old pipe, it's actually not a bad fitment. Right, now we can bring this thing down. Give it a start, see what she sounds like now. Sounds good as. So I don't know why they cut the exhaust off, because it already sounds pretty meaty like that anyway. It's probably going to need some additional mufflers in it. It's actually got quite a nice tone to it. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be changing out this rear plexiglass window with a glass one, which I've got very luckily from a spare body I've just got sitting around. This one here had a good glass in it, so I've just had the guy over today to remove the glass. So she's sitting down here, and we're going to be end up popping out this plexiglass on the black one, which is the one we're actually wanting to get back on the road. So we're just gonna give this a bit of a clean out because she's pretty bloody dirty. Right guys, so she's going for her first waff. Hopefully Jones Road Auto will do us a solid and we'll pass it. We'll wait and see. So today we're going to be tackling our waff sheet, which is what we have in New Zealand to get cars legal. So we've got a bit of a list here to go through. Most of it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's nothing major, there's no chassis damage and stuff, which is the main thing. It's the thing I'm always concerned about when I take stuff for warrants, just because we don't know the condition and what's happening underneath it or what's happened to it previously. So luckily this here is just a matter of doing the front brake pads and rotors, the rear brake pads and rotors. They said the horn's not working, along with some exhaust leaks, which we kind of gathered from what we did with the old exhaust to make it quiet. We just kind of welded it up quickly. And we've also got some front lower ball joints a bit loose on one side, and one of the nuts is incorrect on it. So we'll pull it into the shed and we'll chuck it up on the hoist and have a bit of a look, see what we need to do. Right guys, so we got the car in the on the hoist now, and now it's a matter of changing these pads over. Now, I managed to get a good deal through Repco for the brake pads and rotors. Now, I don't usually shop at Repco. I prefer Supercheap. I find Supercheap's quality is a lot better. Price is always better. They always give me a decent discount at Supercheap. But couldn't really compete with the Boxing Day sales they had on. So we ended up going with Repco stuff, which is all good. They got this cool mailer that they include. That's just sitting on the front counter there. Always good for the shed for a bit of a read. Cool stuff like Skyline stuff and the Commodore. Pretty sick. So yeah, anyway, I got that as well. we'll get this thing up in the air, we'll have a look under it, we'll swap this exhaust out. I've actually bought a whole replacement exhaust, $75, which was cheaper than actually fixing the shitty ass one I had before. 17 mil. Just like that. If I wasn't doing the rotors with discs at the same time, I could have just lifted the whole top bit of the caliper off with the 2 Allen key bolts at the back. But because we're doing rotors as well, we need to remove the whole caliper. So we're left with having to undo these, unfortunately. Right, so we've got 2 16mm bolts which will pop out for the caliper to be removed, and then hopefully with an Allen key we can take this grub screw out on the front of the brake rotor and it should pop off with a little bit of persuasion. You probably can't see it in the video, but there's an air duct here which is pretty cool for the old brake cooling. BMW did kind of think these things through quite well, which is nice. Unfortunately, because it was stepped, it does tend to wear into it, but these pads, like you can see there, they're actually not that worn. They're probably like half worn. I just think the guy was trying to write the car off and make me give up on it. But it takes a bit more than that to make me give up on things. That's all he says. Right, and that's a little grub screw there we take out. Right. And then our rotor can pop off. So you can see here the rotor's got a fair bit of lip on it there. You can just see it around the top. So the rotors are definitely coosed. But yeah, the pads probably would have got another round. But if you're putting new rotors on, you want to run new pads, so that's all cool. I'm fine with that. We'll chuck these off to the side and we'll put a new rotor on there. And pretty much same as when the one came off, there's a hole for the grub screw in here, which we're just going to line up with the hole in the hub and then chuck that a little grub screw bolt, whatever you want to call it, back in. So there's a new one, the old one. So probably about half of the life of these are gone. This has got 1 year waft as well in New Zealand because it is a 2000 model, so I'd rather be on the safe side than sorry by not changing them out. So we're just going to do the reverse and slap these in, and then hopefully there'll be enough space for us to fit this caliper over. Right, once we've got our new brakes in, then we just slide the caliper back over the rotor, like so. And then we chuck our 2 16mm bolts back in. Like that. Right, so that's one of our brake pads and discs done. So that's just 3 more to go. So I'm going to go around and pop around and sort the rest of them out. I'll skip forward to the end because I'm pretty sure no one else wants to see this happen 4 times over. But pretty much that's the gist of it. And then we've got to bed the brakes in obviously on the first run. So. Right, so we've got all our brakes done on all 4 corners now. The rears were actually really bad on some of them. I can't show you because there's heaps sitting on top, but there's 2 of them that are actually quite bad. I've also replaced this control arm and put a new bush in the back. These are terrible on BMWs for going wrong. I forget what you call them. Rear control arm bushing, RCAB, what do they call them? Yeah, whatever. I don't know why, but they haven't called this one up, but that's fine. I'll let that run. This one here's had the nut tightened up, and I found the horn actually just had the connector off it. So it would have been when I changed the engine out. Would have been disconnected and just forgotten to be hooked up again, but that was an easy fix. Saves rewiring it. So the only other thing that was left was pretty much the exhaust was, had a few exhaust leaks. And if you remember, this is the one I welded up down here, and I've actually missed some of the spots where he's, I don't know what he's done. He's like cut it and like, just never welded it up again, so I completely missed that because we welded the section back here, which is pretty terrible, but believe it or not, he hasn't actually called out where I welded it, so that's good. Even though it was trash anyway, I think it's trash anyhow. So the plan is, instead of repairing this and dropping it down and stuff, I've just bought this whole new exhaust here. I'm probably just going to end up throwing this up, I think, and we'll see what it sounds like. Hopefully it hasn't got too many leaks or anything. So without further ado, I'll drop this terrible exhaust and we'll get the new one fitted up. Should be pretty quick, hopefully, a few bolts. I'll do my old strop tying technique around the back here to hold the back of it, drop the front, and then I can lower it down and just swap them out. Makes it real easy when you only got one person working on it. Well, as expected, that was relatively easy to get down with that strop. So now it's just a matter of doing the same thing again to get it back up here and bolt it up. And that's it, we've got our new exhaust up there now. So again, still dual tips with one muffler in it. So it's all looking pretty good now, so we'll drop it down and see what it sounds like. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better than the original exhaust we had up here. Alright, let's see what it sounds like. Sounds better than the other exhaust, that's for sure. Oh well, I'm not going to complain. I've got a WAF now till 2026, so we're sorted. Time for a manual conversion. Hey? Snapchat people here. What? What do you think of it?
Oh, you don't need any more fucking beamers, that's for sure. 1, 2.
The last time it gets the little brindle shifter.
Kick the print the fuck out.
Sad times.
No, not sad times. Niet gewoon. Let's open your hand and
You done? We should make scented candles with this flavour, right? Oh, that's delicious.
Scented candles.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?